Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray Johnson, and in this tutorial we'll be looking at how to actually configure static routing in Packet Tracer. So yes guys, so to get started, what I'll be doing is selecting 3 routers. And guys, to get this completed, what I want you to do is select any of these 3 routers. So the routers that say 2620 XM, or the 2621XM, or the 2811 routers. Any one of those would do fine. So I'm gonna select 3 of these. Okay, and select another one, and then I'll also be selecting 3 switches. Okay, let me put this over here, and this one I'll put this one right about here, and this one right here. Okay, and let me select the other 2 switches. And then what I will be selecting are the PCs. I'll be selecting 3 PCs. Okay, let me see here. Probably gonna need this one right here. Let me scroll down a little. Gonna put the PCs below the IP address for the PCs. And guys, what you can do in the meantime is click on this, and you can start putting in your IP address. Okay, position this right here, and put the router about here. Put this one. Okay, so now I'll be selecting the wiring, and being that I have a switch, a router, and a PC, I'll be selecting the straight through copper cable to actually attach them. Okay, select that up there. Let me do the other one. Okay, let me see here. I'm also gonna do it for the router. You can also select the lightning icon also, guys. What that will do is automatically select the correct wire that will actually work with different devices. So now we're at this section. What we will need to do is actually add serial port to the routers. So I'm gonna go ahead and add serial port to router 3. So what you would do is look for this particular name, because this is actually the serial router, and you turn off your computer to actually add it. So you can go ahead and put it right here, and you can actually add more than one, guys. So as you can see, it's 4 slots, but I only needed 1, but I added 2. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my PC, and it's important, guys, that you remember to actually turn on your PC, because if you don't, then when you finish configuring your routers, your routers won't actually communicate without it being turned on. So I'm going ahead and turn it on that back. Okay, so the next router also to be doing the same thing. And for this one, I'll definitely need 2 of the serial connection. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my computer. And that's one. This is another one. Turn on back my computer. Okay, turn off the computer. And select this one. I will only need one, so let me turn on by the computer. That's good to go. And now let me pull this over some more. Okay, so now we can select this cable to actually go with, as you can see guys, it says the serial, so this is the serial port. And as you can see, this one has 2, but I'm going to select this one. And then the other one, which is this, will connect to this. Okay, and as you can see guys, where you see these clocks, it's actually indicating that you also will need to set the clock rate whenever you're configuring the routers. And guys, as you can see, the coordinates for the different hubs on the router are actually showing without me having to try to hover over these icons. And you get that to actually work by actually going to options, going to preference, and selecting always show port labels in logical workspace. So if you want that guys, you can actually go ahead and take that box. Okay guys, so next what I'll be doing is that I'll be assigning all the IP addresses to the PCs. So what I'm going to do is ensure that these IP addresses are very clear so I can assign the correct IP addresses. And guys, you don't have to use these IP addresses if you don't want. You can choose to use the class A IP address if you can remember those easier. But I'm using the class C. So I'm going to go ahead and assign the IP addresses. So you click on the PC and go to desktop. Go to IP configuration. Then, and as you can see guys, the subnet mask will actually auto-populate, so you don't have to worry about that. What I'm going to do also, I am going to go ahead and put in my default gateway, and that's actually the IP address for the router, which is this one, which is the gateway to this particular network. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Okay, so that's finished. Exit this one and do the other router, well, the other PC that is. Okay, so this now guys is actually a new network. So this PC guys is actually in a new network. So as you can see, this network actually has 3.2, so it's a different one. It's actually the third network. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and put in that IP address. Okay, so now that's finished. I'm gonna move on to the third PC. Okay guys, so now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and configure the routers. So let me ensure that the IP addresses are visible. This right here, and that's gonna be right there. This I want to be right here, and the IP address for this one will be right up here. Okay guys, yeah, so now I'll be starting with this IP address. I'll be actually turning on the ports and assigning the IP addresses. And guys, I should mention to you that in this we actually have 5 networks. So this is network 1, network 2, network 3, network 4, and network 5. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna turn on the ports for all these routers. So I'll be starting with this one, which is router 3. Okay, so I'm gonna click on the router. Then I'm gonna go where it says CLI, and then I'm gonna press N for no, press enter. Then I'm gonna press enter again, and again press N. Well, it's EN. It stands for enter, and then I'm gonna type config T, and I am gonna now open the port, and the port that I'll be starting with is actually the port right here. Let me put that back. Okay, so the FA0/0 for the gateway, I'll be opening that port first. Okay, so I'm gonna type the coordinates for the port, which is 0/0. Press enter. Then I'm gonna add the IP address for the port. So IP address, and I'm gonna go ahead and type that. Now that would be 192.168.5.1, and then I'm also gonna be placing in the subnet mask. And once you're using the type C IP address, this is gonna be the subnet mask unless you choose to actually change it. Then I'm gonna press enter. Then I'm gonna actually open it by typing no shut. Okay, so there we go. So that one is done. Let me see if I can see the other one. Okay, so the other one would be the serial port 00 and the IP address. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna press enter to go down. Then I'm gonna exit one time. Then I'm gonna actually type in the port, which is serial port, and it's 00. IP address. That IP address is 192. so it says something went wrong. So I'm gonna press the up arrow on my keyboard to get it back and look to see what went wrong. Okay. And as you can see, guys, it's actually showing us where the error is. So I'm gonna try to get these. I'm gonna try to get those normal letters. Okay, so it's still showing that. So let me see what else could have gone wrong. Okay. Okay, guys, so what happened is that there was actually 3 zeros that I did not notice, so I have to ensure that I include all the zeros. Okay, so that's now good to go. Okay, so IP address. And now okay, guys, and this particular port has a clock, so I'm gonna have to set the clock rate. You can go ahead and use this number to actually set the rate. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it on now. Okay, so that's good to go. And guys, this port won't actually turn green until you turn on the corresponding port on the second router. So I'm gonna close this out and I'm gonna move to this router. Okay, so I'm gonna start by doing the same thing as I did to initialize the first router. Okay, so let me see what port I'll be doing first. Okay, so I'll be doing 00/1/0. Okay. Okay, so IP address, which is 192. Okay, now, so I'm gonna open this port also. Okay, so I'll be moving on to the next one. So I'm gonna press enter, and I'm gonna exit this one. Let me press enter again, and exit. Then I'll move on to the other one, which is FA 0/0. And I'm gonna assign the IP address. Let me move over to see it clearly. Okay, so IP address. that has been completed. I'm also going to exit this one. Okay, I'm going to start another one, which is 0 port 000. So I'm going to ensure that I type that. Also, assign the IP address, and that is okay. And as you can see, the clock icon, so I'm going to assign the clock rate. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the port. Okay, let me see here. Let me exit. Now, as you can see, guys, so far most of the ports are on. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next router. So Infinite, enter again, and config T for configuration tunnel, and let's assign one of the ports. Okay, so this one is the same as the last one. Oh, let me do that over again. Okay, this one doesn't have a clock, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. Okay, so that's on, and I'm going to be turning on the final port. Okay, so let me exit this. Assign the IP address. Subnet mask. Okay. Let me see here. Then I'm going to turn it on. Okay, guys. So as you can see, guys, all these network ports have been turned on. So let's try to actually do a message. Okay, so as you can see, guys, it failed, and that is because there is no link between these networks. So I'll have to assign the routing so the message can actually route across these networks and go to all the other networks. So I'm gonna delete this, and then I am gonna go ahead and start with this router. Now, okay, guys, so now I'm gonna assign the routes to the particular servers. So I'll be starting off with router 3, and to do this, the static configuration, that is, guys, what I'll need to do is actually include 3 routes, and this route I can exclude, and so this particular network I don't have to actually add it. So what I'm gonna do, I am gonna add this network, this one, and this, and the hub that I'll be using will be the same, and this is the hub that I'll actually be using to actually add those routes. And the network, guys, the network, you'd have a 0 right here. So the network is actually different from the gateway for the network. So this would have a 0 right here, this one would have a 0 and this one would have a 0 for the network portion. So for the up portion, you just use this exact IP address. So I'm going to do it right now. Okay, and as you can see, guys, my router had actually timed out, so you will need to initialize it again. Okay, so now you can start IP root, and you're gonna type the network, and we're at router 3, so we're gonna start right here. That is 192.168, that is 3.0. You're gonna put in the subnet mask for the network, 0. Then you're gonna put in the hub, which you're gonna use to actually connect the network to the router 3. And once you're actually here, guys, what you can do is press the up arrow on your keyboard, and you'll get back the previous line. So you can actually modify it. And I'm going to do just that. I can erase this, and I can add number 2 for the second network. Press enter, press this key again, and go back and place in the other network, which is network 1, and this router would be good to go. Okay, so guys, this one is a little bit different. What we will be doing for this one, we will be assigning the networks that are not directly connected to this router. So as you can see, this network is definitely connected to the router. This one is, but this one is not, and this one is not directly connected to this particular router. So what we'll be doing is assigning this network along with this network, and we will be using this particular hub for this network, and we'll be using this particular hub for this network. So let's do it, guys. Okay, so this one has not closed out, so we can just start IP route. Start with this network. Okay, let me confirm the IP address for the network. Let me see. Okay, so this router is now good to go. So for router 1, we'll be doing it similar to this one. So we'll be putting in this network, this one, and this one, and we'll be using this hub to actually place those in. So let's get started. Okay, so this, we need to exit this once. Okay, IP route, and start with network 5. Okay, and this is the hub that we'll be using. Okay, so we have made a mistake. We actually did not include the network. Instead, we include the IP address of one of the ports. So I'm gonna have to correct that. So let me go back. And that's corrected. Now I'm gonna do the other one. Okay guys, so that's it guys. Now we can actually try to run the message and see what will happen. Okay, so it says it failed. You can try to do it again. And now it is successful guys. So yes guys, this is the way that you actually do your configuration for your static routing. So if you have any issues guys, what you could do is actually leave a comment under this video and I'll be happy to assist you in letting you understand how to actually do it. So I'm gonna actually run a message in simulation mode so you can actually see it. Let me go back. Okay, let me play this. So as you can see guys, it is moving along each router successfully. And guys, if we add let's say we had a serial port that connects, well, a serial wire that actually connects from here to actually here, what you would see is actually the message would actually ignore this section completely and take the shorter route to actually get to its destination. But that is for another tutorial guys, and you can actually go ahead and do ping right here by going to command prompt, and let me try to ping over that same computer. So you type in ping and the IP address, which is this, and let me see. So I'm gonna get out of the simulation mode so we can actually see it, and then go back. As you can see guys, that worked successfully. So yes guys, thank you for watching my video tutorial. My name is Ray Johnson, and I want you to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe and click on that notification bell because I'll be dropping another video teaching you how to actually do dynamic routing guys. So yes guys, thank you for watching. You take care. Bye bye.